Club on the other side of town where the real cool kids gotta sit around and talk bad about the other kids. Yeah, it's a real cool club and you're not part of it. There'll be pickles and pancakes till we wake up, sticking me jokes about you. You little twink. Yeah, it's a real cool club and you're not part of it.
Woo!
Woo!
What up,
Motherfuck-
boys?
Motherfucking Friday, about goddamn time.
Thank the fuck God.
God, I've been waiting all week for this fucking day.
Fuck yeah.
So we're finally back in the executive studios. We're on the 5th floor, and
You know, I gotta say, people are liking what we're doing.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm surprised, man.
Yeah.
Have you gotten any hate mail yet? Any
No,
hate mail?
not-
nothing.
nothing
I'm
yet.
really trying to get somebody to send me a hate mail.
We'll read it on the air.
I love the view on the 5th floor. It's fucking nice.
This
Yeah.
this is awesome.
It's got a nice window.
Holy shit, man. So I hope some of you guys tuned in throughout the course of the week and picked up on some of the quickies. If you haven't, go check them out. Let us know how good we did or how shitty we did. We'd like to hear from you. So I guess just to do a little recap, you guys were talking about bathroom etiquette.
Yeah,
Bathroom etiquette.
Yeah.
that's right. We just went over basically, do you shit while your significant other's in the shower, and vice versa? You know, what else?
Do you piss while your significant other is in the shower with you?
I do. I just don't tell her.
I'll piss your shit. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna let you in on a truth, and I hope you're not upset with me. But I did piss in your front yard when I was changing.
No, I'm not mad at all.
Okay, good. But I did piss. So I'll piss your shit in front of anybody, man.
And you couldn't wait to get in the house?
I wanted to piss outside. It felt good.
Oh.
It felt good. I really wanted to. I was like, you know what?
Thanks for marking your territory.
I am. Wait till I use my poop app here.
Oh,
When I use my poop
It smelled
app.
like a cat sprayed out there.
Really?
Yes.
Oh.
That fucking piss smell.
Yeah. Place. Do you use the app? Places I poop app.
No,
It's a.
I didn't even know that was.
Oh my god! Do you have to get this app? So everywhere you take a dump, it pulls up like a googly map. And then you hit the button that says "bombs away" and it puts a little brown pin.
No shit.
Yeah. So so you just everywhere you take a shit, boop, drop a pin. Bombs
Oh
away.
my goodness.
Yeah. So I try to mark as many places as possible.
It had to be in front of my house.
I haven't shit in front of your house yet, but it's coming.
Not yet, but it's coming.
It's coming. I will be. One day I'm gonna.
I bet this son of a bitch has a map at home with little brown pins.
Yeah. So one day
Nasty.
there's gonna be a pin and it's gonna be your house. And you're like, holy fuck.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I might come tonight. I got one brewing, man.
You got one.
I don't know what to say except for fine. Fuck it. I don't care.
I tell you what, human shit's like the worst fucking smell.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was
Especially when it's not your own.
I was working on the plant the other day. Fucking walk around this house. I was like, whoa. You could just tell right off the bat. I was like, God damn, that's nasty. Somebody took a shit out here.
You know, it's pretty bad whenever you go, was it a dog that shit or was it a person that shit?
No,
And
you know the dude. Yeah.
Well, there is like a certain tinge that humans have that dogs don't have.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What, the corn?
There's nothing all smell to it.
Don't forget the peanuts.
Oh yeah, look at all the little peanuts in there.
So let's go on with the recap. What was your recap?
Well, we took Brad, aka Mr. Fix It, dude from Puerto Rico, and went over some church stuff, like basically our religious education or churchy upbringing, if we had one.
Right.
Also had Jeremy Supersets there, Dick Nose Johnson, Dick Mason, and whatever you guys want to call him. He was there, kind of giving his input a little bit. So kind of gave our history, what we went through growing up as far as church and religion went. And then we kind of wrapped it up with our opinion on it. So and we were probably pretty far off, but hey, it's all right. Someone's gonna get mad,
Yeah.
but it's cool.
What was your upbringing in religion, Big D?
Oh, shit, dude. That was like... If you heard Brad's conversation where he was basically breaking it down to where there's like... He was Catholic, but there was different types of Catholics like practicing. Like this group would be this set of rules, and this group be that set of rules, and the third group, and so on. with me, I grew up as a Christian Pentecostal.
Okay.
So those three lists were basically combined to one giant fucking list. So it was basically you're a fucking Mormon. You know, you just didn't, the polygamy just wasn't in that factor. The girls had to wear long skirts down to their fucking ankles, no earrings, no tattoos, no makeup. The hair had to been up. I mean, and these motherfuckers were, I just, from a young age, I didn't buy the bullshit. Like, I believe in God, I believe there was a Jesus, I believe, you know, to a certain extent, you know, but the bullshit with, you know, they always went on like, you know, it's hard to explain, but like, you would see these almighty motherfuckers are claiming that they're almighty. And then next thing you know, because they forget kids are there standing. They turn around, wait for that person to leave and start talking shit. And it's just like, wait a minute. Here you are fucking preaching all this bullshit.
Hypocrite.
Fuck yeah. And at a young age, I realized that a lot of those motherfuckers in there were a bunch of fucking hypocrites, you know? With the exception of a few maybe, but you know, it was just a lot of that shit, man, in those churches, and I just was like, you know, you guys say one thing and you do another, and I just never really bought into it, and my pops never really, at a young age, he would just drop us off. He's like, fuck you guys, you know, it was all about my mom fucking pushing that shit, and my dad was like, and then you put two and two together, you're like, well, if that motherfucker ain't going, you know, where the fuck do I gotta go? So growing up, like, excuse me, like, religion was like, with my mom was just pushing it, and the more she pushed, the more I was like,
Resistant.
yeah, like, fuck you.
She pushed you right out of it.
Yeah, she pushed me right out of it is what she did, because, you know, now, like, the mainstay of it, of, like, you know, the Ten Commandments and that shit, do right by others and stuff like that, I kind of follow that. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I believe in no, and that's what I stick to, you know. Do right by others, don't steal, you know, all that other shit. And that's pretty much it, man. That's how I just fucking...
Well, I grew up full-blown Catholic. Did everything. My first communion. I was an altar boy, you know, for a priest.
Did you get your dick touched?
No, his name was Father Miller. Father Miller was the most awesomest, coolest guy. He walked with a limp. He had a really bad limp, but he was really, really cool. And
What's up with that limp, though?
I didn't
Big
really
old
get
dick.
into it. Probably. No, but you know, I lived for a little bit of time. I lived with my grandparents, and they made sure I went through Sunday school and did all that stuff. I used to be mad because we used to go to church Saturdays. It wasn't Sundays for us, it was Saturday. So I'm like, damn, I want to watch, you know, WWE, and I'm going to church on Saturday from like 6 to like 8, you know, and I'm like, you know, by the time you get home. But yeah, I was growing up a full-blown Catholic, went to, you know, did everything, my communion, my confirmation. I don't know if y'all ever heard of your confirmation. You know, you pick like a relative to be, you get a different name. It's so long ago, I can't remember. Mine was Luke. I was a Luke. It was an experience. I had no issues. You know, that was my grandparents' thing. But, you know, when I came to Florida, that's when I got introduced to Christians, and I thought it was weird, you know, because when you go to a Catholic, you know, we're just sitting there, and he's, you know, half Latin, half you know, Spanish, and, you know, of course I don't speak Spanish that well, because those of you who know me, I understand it, I can't speak it, but I kind of get what he's saying, and you know, everything's calm, you know what I mean? And plus I was an altar boy, so we're sitting there, nobody's going crazy, you know, we sing a little bit, you know, but then I go, you know, to a church with my wife, and I see people jumping out of their seats, and I'm like, what is going on? What's wrong with her?
Speaking tongue shit, dude. That
Yeah.
fuck, I was like, what?
Yo, when
Get out.
my wife would be like, oh yeah, she's speaking tongue, da 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 da. I'm like, what is that? Are you Are they making that up or is that real?
I think they're making that shit up, dude.
I think they're making it up.
You know, and then we worked together with this kid named Victor. You remember that kid?
Yeah.
You know, he was a real full blown, straight up. You know, every word he would say to you was, you know, you got to do this. You got to be. A
I
Christian.
fucking hate that shit.
You know, he was. You know,
He's a
he
pusher.
he was pushing you hard, man.
He
But
was
he would
telling
talk
Jesus.
about other guys, and he would talk about this one dude would speak. You know, this one dude had. He was talking about this dude named Nando, and Nando had that Chino look a little bit.
Yeah, I remember that.
And he would say that this dude was speaking Hawaiian in tongues and stuff, and I'm like, I didn't want to say he was a liar because you know he really believed that, so he wasn't lying.
Right.
But to me, man, I never seen that before. You know, I was upstate New York. I ain't never seen that before. So coming down to Florida was like a wave of jumping out the seat, fainting, you know, touching you, and you're passing out, and I'm like, what the fuck is that?
It's more animated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, you know, that was crazy. So that was my experience coming to Florida and just seeing other religions. I knew about Hinduism. I seen, you know, what is the other one?
Hare Krishnas,
No,
Buddhisms.
I knew about Jewish. I knew about
Muslims.
Muslims. That's what I'm trying to say.
Right.
I knew about them, but I never seen it before until I came to Florida. Florida was very diverse, but that Christian thing, man. And I told my wife, I'm like, yo, I'm just not used to this.
Bet you
know?
went to a Pentecostal church, dude.
Yeah. It was crazy. And then I went to this one place on 192. I really don't want to say the name. And that wasn't too bad, you know. They were singing a lot, you know. Like, it was like some shit on TV because it was big,
Right.
you know. And we were
Rocket
way in the
church.
back. But they were like, yeah, they were, you know, they had a band and they were doing their thing and it was cool, but it was just different to
It's
me.
too much,
you know?
man.
I'm used to getting on my knees praying and going up, getting the bread.
That's what I like
drinking the
about Catholics.
Yeah,
Black and white, motherfucker.
yeah, it is.
Do your shit.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out.
They make you read verses, you know, and stuff like that. And, you know, you do a little bit of animation here and there, you know, you have little plays and stuff like that. But the way Christians, like, get into it, like, just turn
It's a cult, man.
It's just, and they're about the money tied. You know, like, giving the money, you know. Yeah, Catholics do that too, but not where we like, hey, you gotta pay. You know, that was different to me. You know, we weren't forced like that. If you didn't, you know what I mean? Oh, pass the basket around. You want a donation? No.
Right.
But you gotta remember, Catholics, the Vatican pays for the church. They pay for everything. They get it going. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that was my experience. Sorry if I was a little animated.
No. So were the Christians, apparently.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I guess I call myself a Christian because that's what I guess. But I just look at things as treat others well, you know, do right by others, and shit like that. That's where I leave it, man.
The other issue I have, and not to cut you off, Big Ice, is that I'm married to a woman that's Christian that was full blown Pentecostal. You know, I kind of got her out of it. We don't really go to church like that, so it's kind of like, you know, I want to baptize, I want to communion, I want to do all this stuff, but my wife's like, well, what is that? What is this? What is that? What are you talking
You just
about?
gotta educate her, man. As soon as you
Yeah.
educate her, man, she'll like it.
Yeah.
My wife did the same thing. See, my wife grew up Catholic, and then I think Presbyterian or something like that.
Wow.
They kind of switched.
Okay. Yeah.
But she hung on more to the Catholic Church because she liked that. And I was the same way. I was like, well, what's that? What's this? And to be honest with you, it appealed to me more
Yeah.
being Catholic than it did anything else.
Yeah.
You know?
And my wife, you know, she fell in love with, you know, real Catholic church. They're beautiful inside. I don't know if you've ever been one.
They are
Yeah,
breathtaking.
they are, man.
I was
It
there.
was
They
like,
are
wow.
I had a few friends that were
Yeah,
the Catholics,
they're
and
beautiful,
Sundays, man. If I was hanging out with them, they'd be like, yo, you want to come with us?
Yeah.
You know?
It's really something. So the two of you believe in heaven and hell,
Yeah.
do you?
Yes.
Okay.
Lately, and we've been through this, we've talked off
Sure.
air about it. I got questions just like you, brother.
Yeah.
I think
got
everybody
questions.
questions it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean,
There's a lot
even-
of stuff we don't know. There's a lot of stuff that the government's hiding. I go back to that. The Vatican is hiding some stuff in their scriptures and
Right.
stuff like that we'll never know. They got some secret compartment rooms in there.
Sure, Da Vinci Code. I seen that shit.
Yeah, we don't know. We don't know, you know.
What?
And you know,
Let me ask you guys this: since you guys believe in heaven and hell, do you feel like you're gonna make it to heaven?
I don't know, man. I've done some.
Yeah.
You think you're gonna make it to the clouds?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. What about you, homie?
I don't think I've done anything bad not to go.
You don't
But there's always that question, like, man, maybe you know, something that you did that you think that like, for instance, jerking off to porn.
do you feel that's a bad thing?
I don't know. Is it?
I don't know.
Probably not. So that's why we continue to do it because it feels so good to do it. But I'm incredibly faithful, you know. I think we all are. I don't think we'll
Right.
fuck over our wives or
No,
anything like
no,
that.
sure.
So I think we'll be fine.
I think you're gonna make it.
I think so. I hope so. Then there's part of me that feels kind of you feel. I have pieces. You know, Danny says we go to the next level, and then you say we just keep sleeping. You know, it's just dark.
Right.
I don't know.
See,
Yeah.
I'm
I want to believe his next level.
I would like to see the clouds, man. But you know, and I know this sounds really weird, especially coming from someone who's not that religious, man. But if there isn't heaven or hell, I got a feeling I'm going down.
Really?
But I'm not really that upset about it because I feel like I earned my right. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Earn their right to go.
To hell.
Why?
Something
Explain.
tells me that's my people. Something tells me that's always been my calling, man. To be a pest and a misfit. And I think that God would pay me some regard and go, at least he put on a good fucking show. Yeah, on earth, you know what I'm saying? And I think that if I made it to the fire and brimstones of hell, the lake of fire, if you will, I think Satan would be like, you know what? I remember you, motherfucker. Yeah, you were that fat fuck on that podcast. Yeah, you all right, my nigga. Yeah. And I got a feeling I might get a hall pass.
You might get a hall pass.
I think you really got to earn your way to something like that. You know what I'm saying?
To go to hell.
Yeah, I think so, man.
But do you want to go to hell?
No, but part of me thinks that that's what's going to happen if there's a heaven or hell.
Really?
Yeah, it's really weird, man. But I don't feel the least bit bad about it.
Why?
I don't know. Like if someone said, "What's your decision, to burn in hell or to live in the clouds?" I'm like, "Give me the clouds." But if they go, you're going down," I'm like, "All right, that's cool."
Have you
I
done
don't-
some fucked up things in your life?
Everybody's done fucked up things, but it's something like, to me, I don't think deep down inside it's not going to be as bad as some people think it is going to be, man.
I think if you murder another human being, if you rape another human
Right.
being, if you
Some real sinful shit.
real fucked up things of that nature,
Yeah.
then yeah. If you haven't done anything, which I don't believe you've ever done anything
Mm-hmm.
like that before, I think you're going. I think he's gonna be like, listen, you know, everybody had a hard life.
Right.
Come on, you know.
But I'm also a person that, like, you sleep in the bed that you make,
True.
Yes.
kind of thing. And if jerking off the porn, if
Animation.
jerking off to hentai, if cussing and just doing like little minor things are gonna get you to hell, then I'm pretty sure that's gonna be where I'm gonna end up, man. I can't really grovel and really ask for forgiveness for something that just kind of came natural to me. You know what I mean? I was never a person that looked for trouble, but trouble always came around. And in some weird way, I always thought it was kind of fun. And that's why I know that sounds weird, but they go, "Hey, this is just the bed that you made. This is what's going to happen." And
Yeah,
it's like,
I
you know what?
think
can't do
I
that.
think you're in the good, man. I mean, it's like as Isaiah said. I mean, unless it's something super sinful, I mean,
But see, the thing is, if you really look at the Bible, right, and if it is going by what it says, right, I mean, we've all disrespected our parents.
oh fuck yeah, we
Okay.
have.
We've all fucking did something to our neighbors.
Yeah,
Maybe not your literal neighbor, but somebody,
right.
right? I'm sure everyone's shoplifted from time to time. Or
Yeah.
not, I don't know.
Yeah,
You've broken a law. You may have paid a ticket for it, but you didn't ask for God for forgiveness. You know what I'm saying? So if you're really going to go by something that's that rigid, I would say a lot of people are going to be going to hell, right? And that's where kind of I'm thinking, all right, well, if it is truly that rigid, then a majority of people are going down with me. If it's not really that
I can see that.
rigid, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying.
So a long time ago, I made peace with myself and the whole religion thing. I'm like, look, if there's a heaven or hell, one of them is going to pay me some regard because I made the best I possibly could out of this life, whether it was good or bad, whatever it was. So fucking be it. And if there's not a heaven or hell, at least I'm going to get a whole lot of sleep.
Right.
And I said, you know what? I can't keep living my life being afraid,
No, you
being
can't.
fearful that if I jerk off, I'm going to the lake of fire.
Yeah, nah, dude, I don't believe in that jerking off shit going on. I mean, we're human beings. We're really animals at one point, you know?
I think we still are, homie.
Yeah. So I mean, as long as like I said, you're not doing look, I also believe in karma, you know. And the couple days ago, some good shit happened to you. And that's just life paying you back.
Let me tell you something, man.
That was awesome, dude.
Dude, let me tell you. I mean, let's not get into details, but to see somebody that we know that is real too, which that's one thing I appreciate. Like, I get along with Isaiah. I don't have many friends because why?
A lot of people
I
fake
only
and shit.
deal with real motherfuckers,
Right,
man.
appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. But I'll tell you what. As soon as I realized that I got that, maybe we'll talk about that some other time. But when I realized that was it, the first thing in my head was like, "You got the wrong fucking guy."
Really?
Yeah, yes, you got the wrong fucking guy. Because I know there's a lot of other guys out there working their fucking asses off. They're getting no press for it.
Yeah, but you also, dude, I'm telling you.
If they came to me and they said, "Look, you got the option. You can give it to somebody else," I'd be like, "All right, let's give it to somebody else." I don't know who, but I'd be more than happy to give it up.
Well, see, that's just you being a good person, man.
That's me just being real. Saying,
Yeah.
I know there's other people out there working way hard on this. I know there's other people out there that would appreciate. Not that I wouldn't appreciate it,
Right? No.
but I know there's other people that out there that this would make their fucking life.
Yeah.
That they never had anything good ever fucking happen to them.
But
right?
that's what I'm trying to say. It's like you're real and you have a good heart, dude. You really do.
Thanks, man.
I mean, whatever you did in the past is in the past. You got to look forward.
Oh, I don't want to paint a picture that was a total piece of shit.
Right,
But, you know what I'm saying?
just saying.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
you know, always look
Were you
forward.
shocked? Were you shocked?
Yeah, I was, man. I really was, and I still don't. I still think something's up.
Nah, you're in the clear. Dude.
Yeah,
It's over with
yeah, I know.
now.
Sorry for the mystery, but yeah, it's you know, but again, it goes back to that religious thing, man. You know, it's, and you said you know you believe in the karma and stuff like that, and I believe something similar where there's a negative and positive balance, right? You can only take on so many negative ions before a positive one has to come along,
Right.
kind of thing, right? There has to be a balance, right? And you know, you can only have shitty luck for so long, and you know, one day we'll have my little big brother out here, and he'll tell you about the family curse that we have, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not a really a person that believes in voodoo and all that horse shit, but the older I get, the more I'm starting to believe, yeah, we got a curse, because there's a lot of weird shit that's unfucking explainable.
Well,
that happens.
I get you there because
Yeah, and I
there's a lot
wonder-
of weird shit in my
yeah,
family.
I
too
wonder-
that-
I'm not understanding
Right.
yet, and maybe off air or another podcast
Yeah,
we'll talk about
yeah.
that.
I really got to bring him out because he can
Yeah.
explain all
I would
that.
love to. Well, I already
Like,
talked about interviewing him.
Some, you know, one thing with the whole like curse, like from the beginning, my family has been nothing but some sinful motherfuckers, and I've told you some of this.
Right, right.
You know, and growing up, you know, to the point where parents didn't give a shit. They just did whatever selfish things they wanted to do. You know, I was homeless. I lived out of my fucking car several times. Freshman by myself, fucking changing clothes in the fucking parking lot just to, you know. But, and then I went through a point in my life where I started this new venture and everything was going, and I just completely step away from that family. Like, I'm not dealing with your guys' bullshit. That negative bullshit, always constant drama. I just stepped away from it. You know? And things were going okay, but we weren't going great by no means. You know, it was less bullshit. And then, you know, I go through my shit that I go through. I meet my wife, and she's like, well, I want to meet your mom one day. I want to meet, and I would tell her, like, let me tell you something. I haven't spoken to them in years. And for a good reason, you know, they're just, a lot of baggage and bullshit and negative shit.
Right, right.
Oh, but I want to meet him, if we're going to move forward in life, blah, blah, blah. I'd like to know, all right, whatever. I said, I'm fair warning you now. So she meets him, starts a small relationship, with my mom and my dad and, my family members, my siblings and shit. And for the next few years, constant fucking bullshit. It's back to the same old constant fucking headaches, constant fucking bullshit. Isaiah knows a lot of the shit that went on. And up to recent, I was just like, you know what? I wiped my hands of them. Fucking done. Everything's going great again. My wife's like, I understand why you don't fucking, just stay away from that shit.
So you broke a pattern. You broke a family
I
tradition. Is what you did.
It's what I did.
Yeah, you got out of that shit.
Yeah.
Right.
So
And
I'm fucking
better,
done.
and you're better for it, yeah.
And there's days where I'm like, man, I wish this would happen or this and that. And then it's like, I sit back and I look and it's like, you know what? My wife and I have 2 great jobs. We have 2 healthy fucking kids. I'm in a nice house. We got a nice car. What else more can I want? In reality. Yeah, I may not have as much in the bank as I want to and
Sure.
shit like that. But in reality is, you know what? We're good. Money's tight, but
In
we're
hindsight,
good.
you're fine, right?
We're
Yeah,
good.
Yeah, you got nothing really.
You know?
You got nothing really legitimate to complain about. What you're saying. Yeah, it's impressive, man.
And I just try to look forward,
Well,
man.
you got ask yourself this: how many guys your age do you know that can say that shit? Not many.
Not many.
Not many. Not many at all, man.
I always try to get my brother out of that shit, but there's a lot of people that just they hold on to that past,
Pull
man.
back
And it's
in.
just like, fucking let go of that anger, let go of that bullshit you're holding on to, and just,
Yeah.
hey, if you gotta go to that next level without him,
Like, I'll let that
then
shit
you
go.
gotta go.
Sometimes you gotta cut them off. As painful as it is, sometimes you gotta cut them off, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. You gotta, dude. Even, I had to cut my mom off, dude. My mom was
Yeah.
a real fucking nut for the longest time, dude. And she's actually, now in her older age and the whole fistful of pills, she's actually coming around and being a decent. She, in her defense, is a better grandmother than she was a mother. Which
That's
is
always
really-
the case,
Which is
though.
odd, yeah, really strange.
always the case.
Yeah. Now, my father's always been consistent, so I'll give my dad props, man. But my dad was really a victim in that relationship
Yeah.
for 30 some odd years, and and you look at them and you go, God, I don't want to be in that kind of. I don't want to have that same mistake. You don't want to make the same mistakes that they made, and you got to break those patterns, man. You have to do that, man. And you know guys that do the same fucking mistakes. They go after the wrong women.
I
over
made
and
that
over
mistake,
again. Dude. Yeah,
and I
bro.
paid for it.
You do, man. And
I'm still paying for it.
I'm sure you are.
3 more years.
Yeah.
3 more years.
Yeah, man. You just
Nice fucking chunk of change. I'm fucking shitting out every 2 weeks.
Yeah. You know what? I don't know what it is, man. We just, we make mistakes as human beings, but
You gotta learn from it.
The thing that I didn't grow up was I didn't grow up with both parents there.
right.
Well, neither did I.
Did you have them until you were like at
No.
least 15?
6 years old, my parents was like, peace.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is like, look, the truth of the matter is that my dad was incarcerated for 2 years for murder, which we know in the family that he did. He got off because, we know people to fucking cover shit up. So, when I was born, he was already in prison. So I was shipped off to go live with my aunt. So I don't have that bond
Right.
towards them at all.
Sure.
So from my understanding is, I was already, by the time they were back in the picture, I was already calling my aunt mom, and this shit.
You were
that.
confused, probably.
Yeah.
Right.
So that was my mom,
Probably in some way he still
It
is.
still is. I still
Right.
feel that way. I don't talk to her as often, but always, that's, I feel like that's the mother figure in my life. Sweetheart, lovely lady, sweet, always been there for me.
She live here?
Yeah, she actually lives 5 minutes, not even 5 minutes from me. Which is
You see her on a consistent.
every now and then we'll see, we'll cross path, but it's just like life gets in the way, and I'm just busy. She's busy, But should I stop by? I should, You know, I should take time out, but
Right.
it's at the same time, you know, it's like. But yeah, so that was pretty much it. So then my parents come back into the picture, and at that point, everybody, as soon as he gets out of prison, it's like 2 years, 3 years later, whatever. Everybody's back in PR, and then from PR we moved to Florida. I think the first time around, and we're pretty much have 2 apartments right next to each other. And at that point, I'm still with my aunt. And then they decided to buy a house and move. And then at that point, my parents wanted to hold on to me for whatever fucking reason. You know, I don't know why. And then by the time I was 6, they split. My dad was like, "See you fucking later." I didn't see him for a long time. And my mother was just, it was kind of like, the 2 oldest were old enough to take care of themselves because they were about 15. Because there's a huge gap in between us, so they were already old enough to take care of themselves. And the 2 youngest, that's all she cared about.
Right.
And she told me, "Shut up, man. You're on your own. You know,
Right.
figure it out." That's how it was.
I grew up fast, so. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, for me, man, my parents divorced when I was 4. And my mom had a great job for Kodak, working for the government. And for whatever reason, she ran off to Chicago. Took me with her. My dad couldn't find me. He was looking for me, but she kept moving, and, you know, so I didn't know my dad till I was like 13, 12, 11, about there. And one of my aunts was like, we're going to take you to your dad, you know, because I had gone back upstate to visit grandparents, and, you know, so I moved around a lot, and, you know, had some bad things happen to me in Chicago. You know, I don't want to get all emotional, but, you know, some fucked up shit happened, and, you know, but it didn't fuck me up. I still, you know, then when I finally got to move in with my dad, he didn't know how to deal with a 13-year-old, 12-year-old, or 13, 14-year-old.
And that's a difficult age to fucking deal with any kid.
You know, deal with a kid who's like, you know,
Fuck you.
yeah, you know, I was already like, you know,
You're set in your ways, dude.
You
There
know,
ain't no.
You're like, who the fuck are you to tell me what to do?
You know, I love my stepmother. You know, there was some times, man, where I just wanted to fuck her up, man. You know, because she just, you know, here I am. You know, I want snacks. I want to eat this. I want to eat that, and, you know, they're not buying snacks, or they're buying shit and hiding it because she wants to give it to her son. You know, her son.
Oh, play favorites.
Yeah, it felt that way, you know. You know, and I was just looking for attention, man. I was looking for attention,
Right.
you know. And I went, you know, they put me in a school where I'm all these rich kids, you know, they got all this shit, and I'm wearing the same shit every day. You know what I mean? And I get my hair cut at the beginning of the year, and then I don't get a haircut, and I'm not getting clothes all the time, you know. But yet they could afford to get me clothes, you know, and, you know, I would try to. And then I did the bike riding thing with my dad, you know, because he was into that. He had little phases where he was into bike riding. He was into ping pong. He was into all this shit.
Yeah, that's
and
every dad.
And
out
I'm,
there.
and I'm trying to do this shit with him. And, you know, we got a great relationship now. Great relationship now. And I love my dad. But there was some times, man, where I was going to fucking knock him
At least
out.
you're able to repair that, you know.
Yeah.
You know, when I fucked up, you know, with my ex, and, you know, it just was like, you're on your own, kid. Figure it out. Again, it was just when they said that, it was just like, well, that don't mean shit to me. I haven't been on my own.
Yeah. They're saying that shit like it's gonna bother you.
Like, it's
Right.
You know, and he, what the fuck was it, man? I remember one Christmas, my aunt invited me over, you know, with my ex and my kid and shit, and he was like a newborn. And I'm just changing the kid's diaper and shit, and he made some fucking remark, and dude, I lost it, man. I got in his face, and I was like, at least I know how to fucking stick around, motherfucker. And fucking shoved him. He got up like a bitch. I lost like whatever ounce of respect that day I lost completely. Cause the minute I got in his face, dude, and he thought I was gonna fucking smack him. And he flinched like a fucking bitch. You know, he was like, and I just lost whatever the little bit of respect that was there. It was fucking out the window, man.
God damn, man.
My mom, I'm close with my mom. She's great. There was just, my mom was, a Puerto Rican woman with always loud, But she would, if I would have told her things, she would have stood up for me. Just couldn't, it's just hard to talk to your mom, Couldn't talk to your mom about your penis. Why is my penis hard? How do you say that to your mom?
Did you ask your dad why your penis got hard?
No, by that time I already figured it out,
Did you really?
So there was sex ed in school and, and then you started, little by little you would see shit on TV. Oh, that's what he does. He just puts it in there. Oh, okay. But yeah, I figured shit on my own, My mom, I smoked weed with my mom.
Did
She
you
was
really?
the first person I ever smoked weed with, yeah.
She's the one that had it?
No, she had it. I knew where it was.
So
She would smoke in the kitchen, right? She would be
Okay.
smoking a joint, right? And I would just sit in the kitchen because I knew I could get a contact high, and I would just chill there, and she would, smoke.
See it now. You just walked that
Yeah,
shit.
and I was just, because she wouldn't let me hit it, and then, as I got, like, when I turned 18, then I smoked a joint with her, and I got tore up with my
What did she say about that? She's like, hey, this is a great bonding experience with you, or
Yeah, my mom was cool. If y'all would meet my mom, y'all would like her.
My in-laws were like that with my wife at a young age. They were like, hey, this is what we do, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
This is
The only thing I think about my mom is she just made some terrible decisions in life that just, I know it bothers her in the side, but she got two beautiful daughters, and my sisters, I love them, and, it is what it is, I don't want to put it on the podcast just yet, but maybe one day we'll talk about it,
Right.
but they're,
But you know what though? Every misfortune brings a fortune.
yeah.
Every misfortune brings a fortune. You just gotta have the ability to see it.
I tortured my sisters though, man. She
Oh, I
used to
did
make
too,
me
man.
watch them and shit. For a whole summer, I wanted to play Little League, and I'm fucking stuck watching two girls. And it was a big gap. I'm 13 and they're 6 and 5, 6 and 4. You know what I mean?
They're at that annoying age.
Yeah, and you're like,
yeah, dude.
man,
I
Now
used
we're
to-
all older,
yeah.
of course.
I used to get shit on bad. Like my two older brothers played sports. The oldest one, who's tall as shit, played basketball. The next one played football. I mean, good enough to where there was scouting.
Right.
He was in the paper every Sunday.
They run big in your family, man.
At what?
Everybody tall in your family.
We're all fucking giants.
Yeah.
Are they really?
That were
Look at him.
Well, he's Puerto Rican, which is weird.
I don't know. Every average height's about 6 foot, but like
God damn.
my brother's like 6'3". I have a cousin that's about 6'3". He's like a NFL linebacker. I mean, just
man, that's
big
fucking
dudes.
Impressive, man.
My dad, he's 6 foot, but he's just a
Real thin.
large
large
bone structure guy.
Right.
Thin, but I mean, you ever see those guys that are thin,
Big
but
hands,
big
broad
hands, big
shoulders
bones.
and shit.
Yeah, just
yeah.
so like if they put on weight, they'd fucking
Yeah, they look fucking crazy.
Yeah.
They're the Hulk and shit.
But yeah, it was just like they can play sports, they can do things. Oh, I want to do that too. No, we don't have time for that, or we don't have the money for that.
Right.
Wanted to do band or some stupid shit like that. Oh, we don't have money. Now my sisters would ask for that after me. Oh yeah, here you go. So that's how I got. It was like
Right. You got shafted on that.
all the fucking time, and I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was because you know what. It's because I've told Isaiah, I was like, I don't think my dad's my dad. I mean, come on, he was incarcerated for 2 fucking years. And I've showed him pictures of this other dude that, which is my brother, because my brothers are my half brothers. His dad looks like me. Now, my second oldest brother looks like my fucking dad. I don't know if they were, fucking around on each other
Who
and shit.
knows, right? Who knows?
Because he looks more like.
I've seen the pictures, and I gotta say, it's got a striking resemblance of him.
Now, what's crazy is I called him up. Well, the thing was, always when I was younger, he'd call the house looking for my brothers, and he'd always ask for, hey, how's Danny doing? For what fucking reason would you even want to know how the fuck I'm doing? all the fucking time. Always wanted to talk to me on the phone, see how I was doing.
Damn.
You know,
Little
but he's
family
just
secret
he's
there,
a
dude.
piece of shit too. They, you know what I'm saying? They ain't like he's anything.
Right. He's no
He's,
angel.
yeah, he's just the biggest piece of shit. Real bad. But I say I've seen the pictures, man. It's fucking crazy. So like, you know, so one day I call him up and I'm like, he calls me up and he's like, hey, I'm seeing how your brother's doing and what the fuck's he going? Because my brother's going, you know, getting Baker acted and shit like that. My brother's got a lot of mental problems, and rightfully so. He's got a lot of shit done to him when he was a kid, you know. And I asked him, I was like, dude, you ever realize how fucking close? I mean, how we look alike so much? Oh yeah, you know. I said, dude, you willing to take a test? You know, one of those DNA tests and shit. I already had it lined up and shit, ready to fucking purchase it. And he was cool with it. Yeah, sure, no problem. The next day, I can't do it. And then haven't heard from him since.
No shit.
Yeah.
So it's probably your pops.
Yeah. So he probably called my mom, was like, oh, what the fuck's this?
He's gonna start more problems if the truth comes out.
I mean, but I don't understand why. I mean, this shit's so fucking long ago. You know what I mean?
Sometimes people can hold grudges, man.
Yeah. Well, who though? His mom or him?
What he has been told is his dad can get pissed off that some other guy impregnated.
See, now my dad's the type of person I go fucking.
Well, he was already
Take us out.
incarcerated for murder, so
Yeah.
I think I would not take him lightly.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
Because my dad did not fuck around. This was a guy that if you met him today, everybody loves him, but if you really look into his eyes, it's like you see that fucking.
There's something that's
There's-
missing, right?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That's like
Right.
he can. And I don't know if it's something genetically, but then again, it's like I don't know if he's my dad or not or what. But I have that same switch, man. I get to a point where it's like if I'm done with somebody, that's it.
They're
We're
dead.
done.
They're dead to you.
Fuck.
Dead
That's
to you,
it. Takes a long time, but
Right.
once that switch is flipped, fucking forget it, dude. Fucking.
Sorry to get a little emotional
That was
with
good
our,
shit,
with,
man.
you know, it's some good stuff.
Some
But
deep ass shit right there.
Yeah,
Some family
yeah.
shit going on.
what about you, man? You haven't said much. Like, how's
No,
your
no, that
growing up? Is it pretty normal
No.
or
No, not at all, man.
a lot
A lot of fights, man. A lot of fights.
with
man.
mom and dad?
Mhm, yeah, my
So
parents
you
were-
saw that?
Wow, look at that, huh?
Yeah.
You guys even wear the same sunglasses, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
shit,
yeah,
bro.
yeah, they do.
Wear the same
Yeah,
fucking sunglasses.
yeah,
Look at
right,
that
right.
shit.
Yeah.
Does he like the Boston Red Sox?
No, he's from New York.
Oh, he's a Yankees fan.
Yeah, he's from Queens. Yeah, that's right.
Look at that, huh?
Wow.
Let me
God
show you a picture
damn,
of my
bro.
fucking
Wow.
pop, my
Shit.
old pops that I fucking know.
But he looks.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I think that's your pops, dude.
Yeah.
I
I don't want to
Yeah.
start no controversy.
Yeah, no, I don't give a shit.
I know
dude.
Jerry's-
I think
don't even talk to
I
this
started
motherfucker.
the controversy
Yeah.
a couple years ago when he told me that, and I'm like, I don't know, you know.
We gotta get him on Maury Povich or something, man.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
talk about your
No.
like fights.
Yeah,
like,
my-
what
my-
did you see?
Well, my parents are married. For
was it
30-something
was it
years.
physical or more
Ooh,
verbal?
Fuck yeah, dude. Well, between my parents, it wasn't physical. It was all verbal.
Okay.
All verbal. But they got a divorce when I was like I think 20.
Really?
But it was always bad. The relationship was always bad, dude.
Really?
My mom is a person that no matter how hard you try, it's never good enough kind of thing. And you know, my dad ran his own business and then some. And he worked his ass off day in and day out. So if you saw him, he was usually sleeping. If you saw him, you know, he was a good guy. You can go to him for anything if you could wake him up. You know what I'm saying? You had to tie the guy down because he was always running and gunning, right? He was always hitting the street working.
Really?
Yeah.
He didn't have a day off?
He owned his own business, dude. There's no day off, bro.
Really?
You know what I mean? Yeah, it's one of those things.
What was his business?
He used to own an AC and refrigeration business.
Okay.
Yeah, and he also taught it too. I think he still teaches it too, from what I understand, man. But now he works for an AC
No
company.
wonder you know how to do it, right? You try to learn a little bit.
I
off.
did. You know, I started going down that path, man, and it just didn't work out for me, dude. And when he went to sell the business, he asked us if he wanted it, and I took a step back and looked at his life, and I'm like, no, no, I don't. Think
What about just getting people to work for you?
It's
That's
harder
why.
than you
That's
think.
why. Yeah.
It's hard to think, yeah, because to be a really good technician, it takes a lot of experience,
Mm-hmm.
and to get somebody who's got a lot of experience, they're going to want a lot of money,
Right.
and rightfully so,
Yeah.
rightfully so. But yeah, she was always just a mean bitch, man. Just a me,
To him?
and us.
Yeah.
Anybody else, not to point fingers and place blame, but to speak the truth, she's the reason why our family's not really close at all.
Really?
Yeah, even her family's not that close because she drives a wedge, and I don't really even know a lot of my dad's side of the family because of that.
Really?
Yeah, man. Yeah, dude. Yeah, she was just a person that belittles people, kind of thing.
Really?
Yeah.
How many were there? You got your younger brother, and that's it?
No, I got an older brother that was adopted.
Really?
They told my mother she couldn't have kids.
Oh,
So they went and adopted. And then about, I think 4 years later, I came out as a surprise.
Mm.
And about almost 5 years after that, that's when my little big brother was born. And here we are. And then my older brother, he keeps getting fucking better. He actually has a personality disorder. Got discharged from the Navy for it.
Really?
Yeah, and I got all kinds of fucking, that dude was nuts. He's fucking
Really?
psych. We don't even know where he's at right now. I have no clue where he's at.
Wow.
He pops up once in a while. We got a hold of, my dad actually speaks to his, I think it may actually be his ex-wife now. I'm not sure if she actually got divorced or not. But he left in the middle of the night, right? Gone for a while. Comes back, no shirt, no shoes, just pants. And some chick, and says, hey, listen, I've been with this chick for the time being. I want to know if maybe we can bring her into a relationship. And she said, no, get the fuck out of here. What are you talking about? He's like, okay, I'm sorry. He's like, well, I'm going to get rid of her. And then he weaseled his way back into her life. The next thing you know, he disappears again and she checks her bank account. There's no money in it. Yeah,
Wow.
he did her fucking dirty, dog.
Wow.
Did her fucking real dirty. And she was a nice lady, too.
Yeah.
I met her a couple times, man. She was a real sweetheart, man. Nurse, she had her shit together, man, and she just, I don't know if she just had a soft spot for someone who's fucked up in the head or not. I have no clue, man. And she tucked him in under her wing, and he was real. If he was here right now, I'd give you 5 minutes before you want to punch him in the face.
Really?
Just a real annoying piece of shit, man. Just
How was that growing up? Dealing
fought
with him?
constantly, dude.
Yeah.
Tooth and nail, dude, constantly. If I couldn't even be in the same room with that motherfucker, man.
Really?
That's
Yeah,
how
dude.
my brother and I
Yeah.
are, man.
Couldn't be in the same
Yeah.
room. He would find whatever pisses you off and just fucking just drill on it.
Right.
And then the weird thing is, you'd punch him in the face and he'd go, what'd you hit me for? And kids used to beat the shit out of him. And they used to tell me, hey, I'm gonna beat the shit out of your older brother this weekend or this afternoon. I'm like, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
He probably deserves it. And I used to stick up for him when I was younger. Now how's that? The younger brother sticking up for him. Right, I used to stick up for him. I used to the kids used to beat the shit out of me. I'm like, yo, man, leave my brother alone. Then as I got older, I realized that this kid's bringing it on himself. Not only that, one time he left me fucking hanging while these kids were beating the shit out of me. He fucking dipped out. Peace.
Really?
They were coming to beat him, so I swung on them to stop the fight. They jumped on me, started kicking the shit out of me. I look back, he's like, all right, have fun, dude. Ah, he runs off.
Oh my god.
Yeah, from that point on, I said, that's it, dude. You're on your own, motherfucker. And they used to beat the shit out of him, dude. One time they fucking body slammed him, broke his clavicle. One kid kicked him in the ribs, fractured his ribs.
Is he a big dude, little
No.
dude?
No, he's really just a big sack of recessive traits, dude. He's fucking just a fucking creature. Like, I don't know how to explain him, dude. Potbelly, thin from being now malnourished, green teeth, horrible body odor. I remember when we were growing up, he wouldn't even shower. It was just disgusting, man. He was just a vile person,
Now,
man.
did they know where
How the hell
his
did he get
parents
married?
were?
Huh? What?
I'm sorry.
No, what was the question?
Did they know? Did your parents know his parents?
I don't think so.
You know, so it's
Because
just-
they went through the adoption agency, and I don't think they actually met the parents.
And they picked him.
I think the adoption agency
Adoption,
picks them for
yeah.
you. Yeah, I think that's how that works.
And it's kind of luck of the draw. 'Cause You don't know
You know what
what
you're
you're
getting?
dealing
Yeah,
with.
when you're buying an adopted kid, you don't know what kind of damaged goods you're getting. And he was a baby when they got him, so they figured, well, he's a baby. What kind of issues could he really have? But you don't know if the parents were
Mental
druggies.
health is mental health.
Right, exactly, man. And like any parents, they were in denial. My parents were in total denial that this kid was fucking had problems. I kept saying this is not normal. Is it normal for a son to beat the shit out of their mom?
Yeah, that's the thing I
Right.
grew up with my brother. Was like, this is like, oh, you know,
You would hit your
it's-
mom?
They would hit each other, bro.
My brother was the same way.
Really?
I came around one
I couldn't
time.
do that.
One time I heard this, dude. I couldn't either, man. As much as my mom beat the shit out of me, I've never hit her back.
Yeah, same here. As much as despise, I mean, I went through where he shoved my mom through a wall, like literally through a wall, and shoved my sister through a wall. And he's such a fucking coward. I called him up and I was like, look, if I find you, I'm gonna fucking kill you. Like, and I was in my car with a bat, fucking looking around for him.
Right.
And he calls me like an hour later, crying. Oh, please don't fucking kill me. Please. I say, just big fucking pussy, you know? But yeah, I know what you want,
Yeah,
man.
I mean, there's scuffles, man. There's fucking, dude. Man, I don't know. I can just go on and on about some of the fights that I seen, dude. That were just fucking wow, holy shit, dude. Like the first time I ever heard skull hitting a tile floor, I heard a scuffle. Right, I'm like, oh shit, and I knew that my mom and him were getting into it. They always got into it, but I knew they were getting into it, and there's this weird hollow sound. I'm like, what in the fuck is that? Right, I come down the steps, right around the corner. My mom's taking his head and is fucking slamming it into the fucking tile floor. No shit. Now he was like one of these drugstore cowboys who had the belt buckle and the fucking cowboy boots, kicking the shit out of her while she's slamming his face into the fucking tile floor. It was a scene that I never thought I'd ever fucking see.
I tell you what, though, that head pounding into the floor is such a unique sound.
You cannot replicate that sound.
You know what it is. I've heard it so many times. It's like, oh, somebody's getting their head bashed in.
I'm like, holy fuck. And I'll never forget that sound. And I came out and I paused. I'm like, what the fuck am I seeing? And she's on his back, slamming his fucking head into the tile. And meanwhile, he's kicking the shit out of it. He's like swinging his legs because he's underneath there. He's kicking his heels into her back. And she's like, help me, get on his legs. I'm like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? So I fucking dive on his legs, boom, like that. And I'm holding his legs down so he's gonna kick the shit out of my mom. Meanwhile, she's bashing his fucking head into the tile. He's like, ah, you fucking bitch. And then his head kept going in the tile. Then my little brother comes around the corner, right? And he's fucking panicking, dude. He's a little kid, dude. He's fucking crying. Oh, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I'm like, call the fucking cops, call the cops, call the cops. I have no idea who's in the right here because my mom's fucking crazy. He's fucking crazy. I had no idea who started this fight and who deserves the beating. I have no clue. So I'm laying on his legs and I'm telling her to stop hitting him, just hold him, stop hitting him, just hold him because I have no idea what's going on. And I got my little brother fucking screaming because he's crying because he's panicking. He's a little kid and he can't get to the phone. He's fucking shocked. Like he is seeing this for the first time in his life and doesn't know what to fucking do. And I'm like, dude, fuck, man. So they finally calmed down, called the cops out. The cops came out and they fucking sat him down. And he acted like everything was cool. Oh, no, man, it was just a disagreement. Blah, blah, blah. Dude, just totally snapped like that. Just totally, everything's... Meanwhile, he's bloody. He's all beat to shit. My mom had bruises all up her back and stuff, man. And he's like, no, it was just a disagreement, you know what I mean? Blah, blah.
Did your dad ever come into the picture?
Yeah.
He knock him out?
Knock him the fuck out many times. For a kid that deserved beatings, for the kid that got as many ass kickings as he did, he kept it up.
Yep.
It was almost like he loved getting the shit kicked
my
out
brother,
of him.
dude, identical shit with my brother, man. As many times as he...
Creepy as fuck, bro.
That is
Yeah,
sick.
check this out. That's my pops. Growing up. That's my grandfather. That's me.
Wow. Look at that.
But in comparison to that,
Right.
to the other guy...
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah.
Well, shit, man.
Well, it's about that time.
Damn, we're gonna wrap it up. So we got a little fucking family tradition shit going on there, man.
Yeah.
I hope we didn't dampen the mood a little bit, but hopefully some people can kind of connect to that, man.
Yeah, just...
Understand that everybody goes through shit.
Yeah, man. You know what I want to hear? I want to hear other people's stories, man.
Absolutely.
If you got a fucked up family story you want to share, god damn it, fucking let us know, man.
We will read it.
Yeah, if you let's do. Yeah.
Country music singers.
It's my jam right there.
Classic, baby.
But lately, some of my kinfolks have disowned a few others than me. I guess it's because I kind of changed my direction. Lord, I guess I went and broke their family tradition. Yeah.
Try to smoke.
Get high! I don't listen to that shit.
Oh, God. Hey, go fuck yourself.
We'll be right back after these words.
Fuck your words.